orc of all time. He's Korean, living in China, best of both worlds. It's the war chief, it's Lin. And his opponent, the rising star of China in 2015 and 16, two-time WGL champion, the Necromancer, 120.
Of course, 120 not playing it at 100% standard. He has to get in something cheeky, something fresh, and that is the Ghoul build. But hero-wise, no Dreadlord here, no Crypt Lord, which can be so good, but it's the DK instead. This is something that 120 started developing, especially on Echo Isles, against Orcs long before the Crypt Lord Bonanza came online, where he played DK Fast Expansion already many months ago. And against Blade Master, it made that work quite effectively. I think this is where first we saw the build of the altar being unsummoned to get the resources for the fast expansion. Here we have it, Sacrificial Skull, Skeletons, we head south, and we're gonna go into an expansion.
Okay, Lin decides to go for Blade Master here. Windwalk first can harass this, but also very early tech. One burrow with the shop only grabbing up the item. That's a ring. Little bit more sustain. DK Ghouls expansion versus Orc. That's quite something.
Yeah, it worked decently well in the past, but how much has Lin adapted to that now? The idea here is get the expansion up fairly fast. You lose map control, of course, but you're pretty safe with towers and such. You want to make sure you get up your tech after that, and then you can go for a tier 3 timing with around 70 supply. Quite fast. With fiends and statues. Oh, it's a surround on the Blade Master forced into the Windwalk here early. Wait, there's no dust? What?
Nope.
Is that intentional?
Well, maybe he wants to save some resources here. Blade Master very low though, and not too much mana anymore. There's one more Windwalk. He's committing to this. And another, almost another surround. There's the Windwalk, and with that, this harass is cancelled. Yeah, the Haunted was killed as well, but very early on. It's not too much lost time. Or did he not cancel it? Did it get killed?
He did cancel it, but took some damage on it as well. So, yeah, didn't get that much gold. Lumber especially back, but enough, I guess. Here we go again. Haunted now coming up. Now, getting it cancelled now, that would be the big help. But with the Nerob about to finish, so hard to do. With a 1 burrow tech, this is almost impossible. The Grunt is trying to distract here. Is that enough?
Trying to get some surface area as well, so there's not too much to attack. He throws the coil, not on the Ghoul, but on the Blade Master. Gets the cancel. Anyway, okay, pays with the Grunt, but that is almost all the mana. That is pretty much all the mana. And the second cancel, and the tech is done.
Yeah, I think that was worth it. Getting the cancel here, good timing. Losing that Grunt though hurts, and it's not just the Grunt that it cost in this early game. The Blade Master crept basically nothing. He got 1 creep so far, 48 experience only. No more mana. HP is looking okay, I guess. Coming in now with a Telestaff, like we see against Night Elf a lot. Trying to get a cancel maybe again, but now the Narrow Tower is certainly ready and waiting.
If he cancels that again, man, that is so big. He has a Telestaff to get out, so even though if he gets surrounded, that shouldn't be the biggest deal. Also 120.
Oh, Nerob isn't in range.
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
No.
120 with a building placement mistake. Oh, wow, Lin.
Identifying this super quickly. Damage doesn't seem to be enough. This time there's no coil, but better safe than sorry, says Lin. Oh, he's moving north.
Stealing the green camp there away. That's
Okay.
kind of nice.
Wow, the tech advantage is insane. He's playing Blade Master TC, Radar Walker.
Tries it with a Blade TC again. His new favorite thing to do against Undead, I mean. Against fast expansion, I like it, because naturally you will get map control. You should be able to creep up very much. Just in one base, I'm really not sold on this TC second, but of course, there's not a one base game at all. Finally, 120 has his expansion up. It took a long, long time, but now there's going to be tons of gold.
Interesting game. Cool opening to this best of 3 series. Finally catching up in tech as well. TC comes in. The TP was not sold, but maybe a couple of ghouls are dying. No? Rather conservative with the mana on the TC, waiting for the perfect position. That wasn't the perfect position, but, you know, one kill.
Gets one ghoul. Is okay-ish. But again, this is the TC. Not creeping for a long time. Experience here. Normally, when the undead goes for fast expo, at least the orc is supposed to get far ahead in experience. Currently, that is not the case yet. A surround here could have been dangerous. Does have a staff, though, so that's a way to get out.
Okay. TC still only 1 star. 1-0 is buying quite some time. After the ghoul opening, he's switching into fiends. Expo is pretty fortified. Nerup coming up. He's mining now. Second crypt as well. So mass fiends for some good focus fire.
Yeah, I like the undead's position more and more. Lin is also not going for a strong late game transition here. No tier 3. No counter expo in sight. Well, there is a peon over there, the natural. But if he doesn't go for a tiny, it's going to take forever to finish.
Yeah, what's he doing? I feel 1-0 is in a decent spot. Everything is stable now. DK is on a good level. Tech is almost done. Rising up to 50 supply in no time. This good.
I think this is a great position, actually. 1-0 can just rush tier 3 right after he finishes tier 2. Adds in a lich. Throw down Slaughterhouse. Temple. And then a 70 supply push is going to be quite scary indeed. Len needs to get ready for that, but... that expansion. I don't know if it's going to be finishing in time.
That's always been an issue with Lin, right? Tier 2 expansions versus undead. You said it in the pre-match talk. He wanted to establish it for, I don't know, 1.5 years or something. But it's seemingly never working, or rarely working. Double Slaughterhouse. Yeah.
Do you want to go A-bombs?
Well, if you go mass A-bombs, I don't think you can follow up with mass Kodos, right? So, only to a certain degree.
Yeah. Destroyers could be decent. I guess against walkers it makes sense.
There's no tier 3, so the Blade Master can't attack the destroyers. There's no purge.
Yeah. Destroyers might actually be the best thing they can do. True. You know, it's hard for me to admit that. Not a big destroyer fan over here, but in the right position.
Especially
they're absolutely very strong.
Especially with the bug that they're currently suffering from. Missing around 25% of their attacks for no reason.
Against air units only, though.
If we describe it a little more dramatic, maybe it's put some more pressure on Blizzard to fix it.
Well, it's misleading, though, so... not sure that I like that too much.
Mr. Honest and Righteous.
Now. Yes, you know
Get
me,
manipulate,
bro.
Remo!
I'm Righteous Remo, you know that.
Yeah, of course.
There's already enough overperformance anyway.
Go back to your bench, Todd.
Don't want to get Vortex too mad on Twitter.
So
we have an attack here into the main, mainly for distraction, trying to buy time for the expo, which is close to done. But so is under tier 3. There's going to be a lot of statues out here soon.
Yeah.
We'd love to snipe these statues, but great positioning by 1-2-0. How the hell is he supposed to kill these?
Yeah, there's almost no surface area. All blocked by the buildings. Real nice. The skeletons are blocking the TC. Is there a destroyer upgrade already? No, actually waits for the tier 3. Oh yeah, he's still attacking. I see that big green thing there. And so far it's working out okay. But Lin is also losing. He is distracting from his own expansion though.
Alright, it's gonna kill Fiend along. Oh, maybe not. Should get it though. Spiritling currently is still doing a good job. He needs to get value out of it right now before destroyers are ready. Destroyer form is queued. Lich has the orb. It's time to leave. But it was 2 kills while also buying time for that expansion. But the big problem is Lin's stuck on tier 2, stuck on dual hero, doesn't have an orb of lightning, and doesn't even have heal wave.
Oh my, if this push comes in now, fast and big, then have fun defending these burrows. They don't have reinforced defenses. Magic damage is insanely good against them. And they're kind of clumped up here, at least in the main. but it feels like 1-0. Doesn't care about the main, he just wants to kick the Expo.
Adds in the Pit Lord. Dark Ranger perhaps not too useful as there's so much spell from walkers already. Blade Master sees this push coming, he's like, oh my god. Boys, it's time to show us your best performance of your life. Lit is only level 1. Heroes here, level-wise not too strong for 1-0, but it's the army here, and especially the destroyers, which are scary as hell.
2 of them already. More statues, I guess, coming. Yep, one at the tavern here now. How is he supposed to hold this? I got no clue. 50 supply. Under-leveled heroes. Inventory, not impressive.
Yeah, he's got 2 headhunters only. Alright, in we go. First stomp is gonna land pretty decently. Split was alright, but not absolutely perfect against it. And focusing on the heroes might be the perfect target as well, because there's no heal wave to help them. Invul on the Blade Master. Unattackable for a few seconds. Heal scroll still available for the Orc. 1-0 kiting back. A few fiends are getting devoured over here, but Blade Master now vulnerable. Uses the heal scroll here to heal up a little bit again, but now he's out of mana. Same for the TC. No more stomp, and now 1-0 can out-micro this army potentially very easily.
Okay, as long as he keeps the heroes alive, there's one more backstab. But yeah, the inventory, you said it. There's no survivability anymore except the big potion. Can he swap it and for that get some Blade Master focus? It's also low level, also low damage. Then with good multitasking here, he repaired the Great Hall. So buy some more time, but it's a 30 supply lead.
Yeah, that Expo is dead. No transition of tier 3 of any kind. So weird. Like, even if you hold on here at the expansion with this strategy of Lin, even if somehow you can push this undead back and get to an even 70 versus 70 supply count, you're still so far behind because you don't have tier 3. I feel like if you don't go tier 3, there's no way you can win this kind of game.
Yeah, you can't win fights. That's pretty much exactly what we saw here. Maybe base races and stuff, building pushes, but not like this. Not straight up fights. Heal scroll, Invo potion goes again to Lin, but 1-0 is totally fine. Still not a single raider in this army. Oh, one. But now my statement is true.
Pit Lord taking some damage there in the front, but that's what he's there for. He's the big tank. TC gonna have a nice stomp here to use. Can't stomp destroyers though. DK gets to level 4, always staying out of range of that war stomp.
That's another Nova. But he's mostly interested in frost armor, which makes sense. Kodos have eaten. Not this one though, it's about to die. Blade Master is just gone.
And that should be game. GG, 1-0 for 1-0.
Damn! That DK Ghoul Expo,
Yeah.
after having a slow start, worked out really well.
Yeah, not the usual expo that we see. A lot of the time, if Undead wants to expand against a Orc, it's going to be with a Dreadlord or with a Crypt Lord mostly, but to be able to pull it off with Death Knights, it still looked really strong here, because you can just get to 70 supply with a lot of destroyers, and by this time Orc will only be on like 50, maybe 60 at most, and it's just very hard for him to hold.
Yeah, even with the expansion cancels, this was not the proper early game for Lin. Maybe he got caught off guard because he was definitely expecting something like Crypt Lord or Dreadlord, but this almost looked like he hasn't faced this strategy before. But he did in the past. However, yeah, we don't see it so much anymore. Now Lin should have it in the back of his mind that this might be possible, but I doubt we're going to see exactly this again, because this strat is specifically good on Echo Isles because the expansion is so easy, takes so long for the Blade Master to come over. Our next map, Terranos Stand, is going to be very different from that, but still a very good map for expanding.
Absolutely. Let's see if Lin can come back from this. Give him a little time to rethink his decisions, and maybe he can perform a little better on map 2. I would love to have a full best of 3 series. Want more action before we go over to Europe. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. 1-0 for 1-0. That is the result at the moment after Echo Isles, and now it's Terran stand. That was Lin's pick, if I'm not mistaken. And I wonder, is he playing Shadowhunter here now as well? Is it the time to do that again, just as he did against Happy in the show match 2 years ago, I think?
How about a Blade Master? You know, just go back to basics. I think Lin's been struggling against Undead Expansion for a while. He just needs to focus on execution. He needs to have a strong mindset. He even said it a while back in an interview. You know, I think he was mainly talking about Crypt Lord, but about expansion. If Undead expands quickly, they just attack you with way too much supply than you can handle at the time. And then you just die. Just go Blade Master. Get some of that focus item luck. Set up the tiny Great Hall at the expansion and then hold the first big attack and then you've won. Sounds easy, right?
But on the other side, Terran stand is a very good Crypt Lord map, and a Farseer would be a little better against this. But Remo will tell you everything about Farseer Headhunters, as always, when an Undead versus Orc game starts. Terran stand, here we go. You got your PowerPoint ready, Remo?
Always, Neil, always. Yeah, honestly, I was expecting a bit of stubbornness here from 1-2-0. This map is fairly good for Dreadlord, and the Dreadlord has failed before, so I was expecting him to attempt it again to prove to the world that he can win with the Dreadlord. But, looking at the base, no Ghoul build, so probably no Dreadlord, very likely. In fact, it's a standard Ted Fiend opening, which normally means no expansion, which surprises me greatly.
Ooh, yeah, I think this is one of the biggest Crypt Lord maps, and maybe he's just blind countering an upcoming Farseer, because that's exactly what Lin does and has for a long time.
Yeah, this might be a hard read. You're absolutely right. Farseer, like Shadowhunter, very enticing to go for on this map with the Lightning Shield creep. You can get level 2 very fast. With the shop over there, it certainly looks like that's the case. And if the DK is being played along with an Acolyte Scout, maybe you can play aggressively against that. Maybe you can even steal a Shadow Priest away.
That would be sick.
Because Lin is going to be supply stuck for a long time. Man, this might be a brilliant, brilliant read by 1-0.
He is a pretty smart kid, man, if he wants to. It's also cool that he tries to incorporate new strategies into the Undead toolbox, but as you said, sometimes a little stubborn. Wake up the creeps, go for the shop. Good stuff.
God,
also mentally.
No, should be fine. And now he can't go for the Shadow Priest right away. Maybe this wasn't the proper thing to do after all. DK is not even coming in for the harass. Okay. So, 1-0 isn't committing to the early damage to be dealt to the opponent.
Mana stealing.
Looks
Decent
good.
against Undead. Mental, of course, always good for Undead. The more mana, the better. So, what do we have? Quick tech on one Ziggurat. Obviously, for Lin, also quick tech on one Burrow. So, fairly the same builds here.
Lin doesn't necessarily know that this is DK yet, by the way.
Ooh.
Even with a Ghoul build, there's still absolutely the possibility of an Acolyte Scout. Just going to check the natural. I'm going to see that there is no expansion. That's the DK. Double Mantle and Invul Potion. That is very nice. It's going to run out of inventory space soon. Something that can very often happen on this map.
Yeah, for Orcs, for sure. They're going to get the second hero a little faster. Should be fine then. And, you know, there's one heal self. He can use that or just destroy it. Now he knows, of course, and I wonder what he does. With the Farseer, usually TC follow-up early Expo, but that Tier 2 Expo already failed in Game 1 and many times before. I really hate that build.
Okay, Neil. All right. We respect your feelings.
Do you, though?
Do you, though?
I don't think you do. You just pretend.
Your opinion is very valued. Yeah, don't worry.
A player's forces are under attack.
So, both players here staring each other down. And not creeping for the time being. I think I like that for the DK. Farseer, fast level 3 with the wolves can always be quite the headache. Oh, Farseer run by into the main against the Acolytes. Really?
Ooh,
Alright,
seen that in a
come in with some
while.
zappy zaps. Speed scroll as well. Man, this is looking like my ladder games.
There
But
is
I'm
a-
sure, unlike me, not too many Acolytes will be going down here. At
I
the moment,
feel you.
all Acolytes alive. Good control by 1-0. Yeah, this is why we don't see this so much on the pro level, because, yeah, Undead's too good.
They are really good indeed. It is mining time, a tiny little bit. Wolves will expire, but yeah, I feel you so hard. Whenever I see a Farseer popping up in my base, I'm tempted to write GG right away. That's my level of play right here, and yeah, as you said, 1-0. So good, so quick, so precise, and keeps them all alive. Didn't even lose too much gold, I think.
Dude, no second hero yet. Sacrificial Skull.
What?
What's happening here?
Yeah, I'm always confused by that Chinese icon.
Tinker?
Fire Lord?
No. Oh, he
Yes,
played Dark
no.
Ranger second in the past. That was really good.
Against
This Farseer style.
against grunts as well. Naga.
Naga!
Tempo. Talk about tempo, Remo.
Tempo indeed. There's a lot of strength right now that she provides. Later on, of course, going to have the trouble of not being able to coil her. But 1-0 is able to play her very well. That's how he most recently overcame Happy with the excellent Naga second play. And with those mantles, look at that dam! Look at that dam, Neo!
She has a very nice wardrobe here. +6 already, and that push could hurt very much. Oh
What is
boy,
this?
there's no acolyte. Is there? Oh, there is! He's towering him. Oh my god. He's towering
Wait.
a Farseer TC.
How is that supposed to work, though?
He just kills buildings, and then he kills burrows, and then he wins.
But there's so many wolves over and over against the fiends, not being protected by frost armor. This
Oh.
DK's gonna run out of mana at some point.
Not if you kill the Farseer. Okay, he's far in the back. Tower cancelled.
way.
He's just...
This is-
Oh yeah, in the range of the burrow. Maybe not the greatest idea.
There's no way this is working. 1-0's trying something new here.
Wow. Yeah, Lin is
Yeah.
like, dude, you don't disrespect the war chief. I know exactly what to do. Naga killed. Wow, he shut that down. Like, he's not having it. He's not having any of it.
You know, 1-0 putting his money where his mouth was yesterday in the interview. Not necessarily taking all these games too seriously. That was an experimental strat. That
the
doesn't work
experiment
against
failed.
Lin. It did.
It was not a successful one at all here.
Yeah, it kind of blew up in his face.
And the Bunsen burner was turned on too high, and he burned off his own hair. That was, yeah.
Sounds so good when you
Not
say it in
play.
English, right? Bunsen burner. Sounds powerful, I think.
All right, 1-1.
Yeah. Let's not do a break here. That was a very, very quick match. I don't think we need it.
I wonder if this maybe could have worked with like really good micro, because now it's like, oh, it wasn't not so much the micro as the decision to target the bestiary. Like, what do you care about the bestiary being halfway through done when you're tower rushing like this? It's about securing that first tower, maybe an Erubian tower, and then maybe just target heroes. Put that TC really low, force him back, then you can kite against the rest. Just cover your tower, let it go up. But now he gave a perfect engagement to Lin by just attacking a bestiary that I feel he shouldn't have cared about.
Even with perfect micro, though, you only have 3 fiends, the 2 heroes, and a single ghoul. There's no statue in that timing. And the wolves get resummoned over and over. There were even mercs on Lin's side, which you should kind of expect on Terranas. Honestly, I think this can never work against an orc of his caliber.
Not with that attitude.
Okay, since we have some time, just got the news that the community manager of W3 Champions, Mr. Floss, has become a father like an hour ago or something. And that is very, very wonderful. Everything is healthy. Father is happy. Mother is happy. Child is healthy. And he's a wonderful person. So we were still a little family. All the best. Less than 3 Floss.
Congratulations, Floss. These Americans, they're building the next generation of Warcraft 3 players. Lado, Floss. Hopefully they
congrats.
tell them to pick the correct race. You know, a big debate right now in the Warcraft 3 scene.
Just be like Spooky, be like Starbuck. Just play random. Enjoy all the races because they're all so much fun to play.
Own with all the races, indeed. So we got the decision here. Who will join all the Night Elves in the quarterfinals? Lynn, 1-0. The match will happen on Northern Isles.
All right, so two very different strategies. Tower push versus fast expo. 1-0. I'm pretty sure he's going to try again something different. This map definitely works out pretty well with the Crypt Lord. What other crazy strat could he play? He could go super old school. Fast, Fiends, Lich, Tower push on tier 1. But
Listen, 1-0 has often gone neutral heroes first in the past, so I wouldn't even rule that out necessarily.
True.
Isn't his nickname in the Chinese community like the Snake because he plays strategies like this? So playing a Naga as a snake to underline his nickname is kind of fitting.
The Snake.
Chinese community, you know? We find nicknames like the Necromancer, the War Chief, the Meister, the Moldovan Mauler, and they got the Snake.
Dude, that's like not a good nickname. Unless it's like his favorite animal.
Nah, I don't think they mean it very well. But maybe some people in chat can educate us. Here we go. Decision time. Northern Isles between Lin, who will very, very likely take this seriously, and 1-0. What will he bring to the table this time? DK Naga Tower Push surprisingly didn't work that well. But he has some more tricks up his sleeve. So let's go. What do we got, Remo?
It is the fast Fiend build, dude. Lich instant tower push could be a thing, but doesn't have to be. This is a build that was played all the time years ago, around 2009 and 10. This is how the meta looked against the Blade Master play. But nowadays, in the days of Crypt Lord, this is seeing, especially in Europe, also play with Crypt Lord and Fiends fast, tier 2 tech, and then any kind of transition. In fact, I'm not sure if it was exactly this opening build, but this was the map where 1-0 against Lin previously played Crypt Lord into Frostworms. That is something we have to keep in mind. Will that be played here again? Will Lin have a better answer to it this time? He's starting off with a Blade Master, so Lin's opening here super standard. Well, never mind, not that standard actually. It's a fast shop, so he wants to go across the map aggressively right away. Looks like he's expecting a fast expo over here.
And if it's early Fiends, then it's a late hero, and then it's a late start for the creeping, obviously. And then the Blade Master might just be in time. It is the Crypt Lord.
Crypt Lord Fiends. Something that Ente and EO Boy have been playing a lot over in Europe. The top undeads haven't really played too much yet against Orc from what I saw, but there's certainly some experimentation there being done. And 1-0, of course, all down to experiment. It was so weird, right? When the Crypt Lord first came, was buffed and became a part of the meta. In Europe, it was quickly adopted. 1-0 and all the others were like, meh, no, he's bad, never played him. And it took X-Lord and other top players from Europe to finally convince the Chinese and Koreans that that hero does have potential.
Yeah, but then all the European elite undeads were like, hey, he's actually quite bad right now. And that's what that was when the Asian undeads were picking him up. It's kind of a weird dynamic between Asia and Europe at the moment.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's mostly X-Lord who says this, that the Crypt Lord is trash now.
Well, Happy as well.
Happy still doesn't play it, but Happy still says he's too strong because Happy doesn't want to play against it in the undead mirror. But Kraft still plays it, Vortex still plays it side. But yeah, X-Lord is probably the best after Happy right now. Nice items for the Blade Master here, by the way. Slippers, Circlet, Replenish. Not bad.
Quite some regen, quite some damage. And no tech yet by 1-0. Main base, main expansion, not cleared up yet. And Lin is teching for quite some time, almost halfway done.
A player's forces are under
Now with a 3 Fiend tech here, this will be quite late indeed for 1-0. But he's going to try to get ahead in levels. With the Skeletons and Beetles and Fiends, you can of course creep very fast. So this is going to be the task now of the Blade early. To slow down the Script Lord as much as possible. And best item here for 1-0 finds the big mana potion.
That is indeed good. Abandons any expansion plans and just goes for tech now. Blade Master Harass worked quite well, but firepower and creeping speed for 1-0 is insanely high.
The weakness of this Fiend build earlier, of course, is there's no aura or coils to protect the Fiends. This is perhaps what the Blade Master can look for kills. Might boots perhaps be an idea?
player's forces are under
For the
attack.
early game, maybe, but you also need to get tech transitions going later. There's definitely the thought for Lin in his head right now. What if he does worms again? How am I going to counter it this time? Last time he wasn't able to. But of course, not necessarily. We will have to see them. 1-0 might play something else.
Yeah, against the popular opinion or perception, there's not unlimited resources at all stages of the game in Warcraft 3, so skipping boots is a good way of teching faster, get the units out faster. TC again. No Shadowhunter second at all.
Yeah, he did that last time in the Pro Qualifier when they met here, when worms were played. Both of these heroes not very good against worms, can't attack air, can't hex them either. Stomp doesn't affect them either. And he's going Torrent Totem also. This is looking like a perfect Frostworm game again.
Is he really rushing them? That would be quite crazy. I haven't seen it last time, so very curious how that pans out. Finally, the expansion creep. Crypt Lord will get to level 3. But so far, I think 1-0's game is still okay, despite the tech disadvantage.
Yeah, he may lose one Fiend over here, but only if the Blade Master commits the Speed Scroll.
Yeah, I mean, his early isn't great. He's not floating in gold. He doesn't have level 4, but okay, yeah, you said it. Committed and killed. But still fine.
Fortunately, he has one heal salve left. If not, this Blade Master would be in a rough spot right now. Would have to waste a lot of time.
A player's
So
forces
1-0. What now? Slaughterhouse? And Temple this time.
Oh, talked about this yesterday with him. He likes the tier 2 pushes, doesn't he? 60 supply, Fiend, Statues, Banshees, and go. Try to overwhelm a little earlier.
I think the Blade got the experience, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Item goes to the Crypt Lord, though. Nice creep jack over here. These Fiends definitely in trouble. 1-0 wants to take the fight. Great play here from Lin. Takes out one Fiend, at the very least, possibly even two. TC in a bit of trouble here. Stomp, though, doing decent damage. Might be able to get out, but trying to block him in still here with the Beetles. Mana potion used. TC still surrounded. Might be going down with an Impale. I think it's a certain kill, actually. And indeed it is. More experience for the Crypt Lord, getting closer to 4. But the Blade is also finding another kill. That's one more Fiend taken out. Another Fiend in the main. The Grunts. Oh, actually get the kill. Wow. 3 Fiends taken out. Great play by Lin.
Nice multitasking. 3 spots at the same time. But losing the TC, that does hurt. Pit Lord second?
Pit Lord second, bro.
Is that a development that is normal that I missed in the recent weeks? Or is this...
From some undeads, we used to see it with fast expansion and then Crypt Lord into a tier 2 push. Not considering the tier 3, not considering the orb, just going for a quick flood against the orc player before he becomes scary with his own counter expansion. But yeah, it's very rare to see. And now both are remaining on tier 2 without an expansion. This game is weird.
Howl of Terror as a first spell. Both can do good damage. There is one claw already. And yeah, this is tier 2, so no decay, no lich. Not normal. Oh, Mana Stone. That's really nice.
Hallelujah. So surprised 1-0 isn't going tier 3.
He did that plenty of times before. It's a new variant, I
Players'
think.
forces are under attack.
Yeah, with a fast expo into a tier 2 push, it makes a lot of sense. But here, it's not like right now with a push he can end the game. I believe.
Huh, okay. We got a fight here. There's a lot of damage mitigation on Lin's side. That Impale hurt. More beetles can do more damage, but the creeps are backstabbing him quite a bit. Score of the Beast on Lin's side. Good stomp as well. TC making quite an impact here.
1-0 so partly busy with the creeps. There's possibly more kills going the Orc's way. Impale could be perfect right here. But nice blitz as well now by Lin. Pulls the Raiders into the back. Spirit Link is a big help here indeed. The heal scroll was used already. Oh, big disenchant now coming in. I think Lin is taking control of this game.
Looks like it, but don't underestimate a Crypt Lord with a Mana Stone, especially when he's on level 4. Good damage. Everything is spread here. Blade Master, last Windwalk. Seems like there's no reveal. Level 3 TC, speed scroll. Everything's so bruised. But can't reach for, or doesn't want to reach for another Impale.
I guess now 1-0 has to chase, but without an aura of speed of his own, it's hard to do. The TC really working out super well now. Stomp very strong, and that aura helps him as well. How does the TC have so much mana? That's kind of weird. Blade Master coming in for the steal. Gets the item, not quite the experience. Goes for a Zeppelin right away. He knows otherwise he might die. Alright.
Mana Stone consumed. Is Lin preparing for an expansion again, or does he feel he doesn't need it against this? It's a big investment, close to 50. Oh, rather goes pillage.
So many heal salves. This isn't even enough with 6.
Still tier 2, dude. Where do we go from here? What's the when is the push, like what are the timings? I'm confused.
Yeah. Understandably so. This is never what we see in this matchup. And despite the small army of 1-0, he still is looking kind of scary right now because Lin needs time still to heal up. Crypt Lord though, no mana items anymore, potions or stone. So only 2 impales. And then that would mean no beetles. Alright, in we go. TC getting control with the impale, but that one didn't do the most amount of damage. Banshee's getting taken out right away.
Okay. If the casters are gone, what can the fiends alone do? Impale results in a kill. Everything's so bruised again. Imagine a Nova to follow this up. But no Nova. Just a stomp. And that's a surround. And that's a kill. No way out. Is that TP? Okay, no kill. There's a way out. I'm sorry.
Late transfer there. Oh, Lin needs that heal scroll. Needs it real bad. Not
Has
buying
gold.
it. That
No, also
looks
very
like a
rich.
mistake.
No tech. No items. Expo.
Players'
Okay.
forces are under attack.
Beetles, I guess, should be going down there to scout. Crypt Lord now with the mana potion again. We have the undead moving across. Also 1-0 could definitely use some heal scrolls. He has the gold for it.
1-0 with one upgrade only, and that is web. Works
Blade
here
Master's
against the
damage
Zeppelin.
now. Looking good.
Oh, double claw. Double claw plus 9. Oh. Close to crit level 2 as well. But you know, there's Howl, there's Curse. How good is the damage really?
Well, a lot better, I suppose, than without at least. Sacrificial Skull here could have been really good, like Michael-esque. We don't have that. We have the heal scroll on the Crypt Lord. Big push by 1-0. There's an expansion coming up. If this push fails, Game should be looking good for Lin. Coming in for the base defense. Still partly healing up. Right away going for this Pit Lord.
Ooh, massive impale, of course. There's a heal potion, but nothing else really except the heal scroll. But no coil, no invul, no TP. That's the first hero gone. And Lin, old school orc style. Hero focus, hero focus, hero focus. And win.
One more heal scroll is there, but that might not be enough. Oh my god, don't tell me he gets away! He gets the kill. Double level 4. Lin now playing only against units remaining. Very little damage from these fiends. Spiritling once again can come in big. Like that! Stomp! Beautiful stun here against all the fiends, and now one kill after the next. Blade Master missing some hits, but still puts it out enough damage. 222 crit. Not bad. Lin is gonna take this.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no heroes anymore. There's barely 40 supply anymore. I mean, yeah, okay. He might lose a unit or two in the process, but maybe he just enjoys the screen time a little. Crypt Lord is back for one last attempt.
No mana potion anymore, though. He's close to 5, I guess. If he gets level 3... Wait, is this game not over yet?
Expo's finished. Wasn't that the scariest moment here for Lin while this expansion is constructing?
Okay, not hero focus right now. Going for more fiends. Kills one, devours the other. Nicely done. Very hard for 1-0 here to find kills without any kind of cash.
Looks a little bit like an exhibition at this point. Oh, level 5. Guess Raiders will follow. That's why he has the pillage for. Okay, here we go again. 186 critical strike. There's absolutely no control. And Lin follows the 3 Night Elves into the quarterfinal.